there everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood GA. It's been a minute since I've uploaded on here, a fact I can only attribute to life keeping me pretty busy these last several months. I'm still hard at work on the Season 10 ranking, and while I'm pretty happy with how it's shaping up, it's still gonna be a while before it'll be in a state where you all can see it. But that's not what I'm here to tell you about today. As I'm sure you're all aware, we recently got some news about the future of Death Battle, which was pretty unclear in the aftermath of Rooster Teeth's closure. Thankfully, it's all good news, as Ben and Chad have obtained the rights to the show and are in the process of crowdfunding new episodes. That's right, there's a Kickstarter beginning on July 30th that promises to fund the show's new status as an independent production. I'm over the moon about this, but the team needs our help and support if we want to see this exciting new future for Death Battle come to fruition. I speak from experience when I tell you that producing a versus show is not cheap. And compared to the stuff I've had a hand in creating, Death Battle has a much higher standard of quality, so the expenses are sure to be that much larger. It's important to get the word out to everyone who's ever enjoyed the show in any capacity, because the more people who donate to the Kickstarter, the better it will be for the crew in the long run. And that is why I'm here now. I was contacted by the Death Battle team to help get more eyes on the Kickstarter by making this video. And I wasn't the only one they reached out to, so be sure to keep an eye out for videos from lots of other big names in the community. Death Battle has done so much for me since I first stumbled across it many years ago, so I was more than happy to give back by taking part in this effort. And what better way to do that than by sharing the love I have for this show with all of you? Ladies, gentlemen, theydies, and gentlemen, join me as I tell you about my favorite episode of Death Battle, as well as my favorite memory from being a part of the community. My answer to the question, what's your favorite Death Battle, is one that's changed a lot over my time as a fan of the show. There are so many legendary episodes to choose from, whether they're timeless classics like Snake vs. Sam and Tony vs. Lex, or modern masterpieces like Bill vs. Discord and Goku vs. Superman 2023. For a while, my answer would have been Saitama vs. Popeye, as the novelty of a classic cartoon character getting analyzed paired with a fight that goes above and beyond with its action and visuals made for an astounding 1-2 punch. Or maybe just one punch, am I right? Then Season 10 came along and gave us a laundry list of amazing new episodes, many of which I've seen land among people's favorites of all time. I'm not exaggerating when I say that my favorite episode of the show changed 3 times last year, all because of how consistently great Season 10's output was. But I can confidently say that one of them stands above the rest and has solidified itself as my favorite of all time. Say hello to Scooby-Doo vs. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Now, if you've seen my dedicated review for this episode, you'll already know why I love Scooby Courage so much. Even for those who haven't though, it's probably not hard to guess why. The episode's greatness is pretty self-evident. So am I really going to take the time to go over it again?
Of course I am!
I adore Scooby and Courage's rundowns, both for pretty different reasons. Hearing Wiz and Boomstick dissect the massive IP of Scooby-Doo is a ton of fun, and the progression of Scooby's series going from fake monsters to real ones makes for a seamless transition into his zanier cartoon powers. Courage is given a ton of respect in his analysis, with surprisingly profound lines from Boomstick about anxiety and what being courageous really means. What's more, the research presented manages to feel pretty on par with what was discussed for Scooby, despite the massive disparity in how much media there is to talk about. And of course, they tied the two canines' canon friendship into the episode really nicely, making use of it not just in the rundowns, but in the fight as well. This is one of the most unique fights Death Battle has ever put out in just about every way. The action is crazy inventive and makes perfect use of these two's abilities and arsenals. The scenario is one of a kind, with Scooby and Courage fighting not to defeat one another, but to see who will confront the giant monster chasing them. The tone is pitch perfect, with scene after scene being comedy gold, an awesome reference, genuinely badass, or some combination of the three. And of course there's the ending, where Scooby and Courage's trump cards work in tandem to kill Eustace while giving us the only unironic draw in the show's history. And all of that's not even addressing the elephant in the room, the animation itself. Scooby vs. Courage takes the god-tier hand-drawn visuals of Jack vs. Afro and shows us what they can look like when there's an entire team contributing to them. The backgrounds and effects alone are top-notch, but it's the character animation that really brings it all together, with Scooby and Courage being wonderfully expressive and accurate to their source material. Luis more than proves why he's earned the position of animation director with this fight. It's truly on a level of its own. No other death battle puts a smile on my face like this one does. With entertaining rundowns, funny jokes, great editing, a masterpiece of a fight, great voice actors, and a banging soundtrack, it's pretty much the complete package. It's easily my favorite death battle of all time, and I can't imagine that it'll be relinquishing that title anytime soon. I'm not sure that the next part of this video will be so simple to figure out though. What's your favorite community moment? This question is much broader, and there are lots of possible answers that come to mind right away. There's the end of the Wiz vs Boomstick DB cast where the poll was a perfect 50-50 split, which I got to see play out during the live stream. There's my reaction to the Guts vs Dimitri Next Time trailer, with me and Brandon freaking the fuck out as soon as we saw the Blue Lions emblem. And of course, kicking off a week-long vacation with my friends by watching Stitch vs. Rocket for the first time is a treasured memory of mine. But I have to pick just one, and for me, I think it has to be my trip to RTX in 2022. I got to attend the Death Battle panel and meet many members of the crew while I was there. I even still have my badge from the event hanging in my office, which I got Ben, Chad, Liam, and Billy to autograph. But what really made this an unforgettable experience for me was the week that all this was a part of. Going to RTX was the precursor for a larger vacation in Austin, where I got to meet most of my online friends for the very first time. They were all people I had gotten to know over my time in the community, and had I never become a fan of Death Battle, I most likely wouldn't have met any of them. These friendships mean the world to me, and I owe it all to a web show that's the equivalent of smashing action figures together. It's not the most conventional story of how one meets their closest friends, but it's mine, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else. All that is to say, Death Battle is a show that means a hell of a lot to me. Being a fan of it has made my life better in ways I can't even comprehend, and that's why I want to see it become the best show it can possibly be. So I hope you'll join me in contributing to the Kickstarter campaign in any way you can. I'll be leaving a link to it at the top of the description, and it would go a long way if you checked it out and considered pledging to it. Even a single dollar would go a long way toward helping the show and the people who make it. I'm serious, if even just a quarter of Death Battle's subscribers donated $1 toward the Kickstarter, that'd constitute almost $1.5 million. How's that for an impressive calc? And even if you're not in a position to contribute financially, you can still help by spreading the word to others. Share the Kickstarter link and videos like this one with your friends. Post about the campaign on Discord, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Anything you can do to increase awareness of the campaign will help. If there's one thing I know about Death Battle fans, it's that we're passionate to a fault, so put that passion to good use here. If we all work together, then there's not a doubt in my mind that we can help keep Death Battle going for many more episodes to come. Alright, I think I've gone on for long enough. Thanks for watching to the end of this video, and thanks to the Death Battle team for asking me to make it. I'll see you all soon for the Season 10 ranking, for real this time. And once again, don't forget to check out the Kickstarter. The link is in the description. Bye for now!